I'm Margaret Ann Windsor, and I usually give a little background so you know where I'm coming from. Um, I'm the daughter of King Edward VIII, who married Claudia Ruth O'Keeffe, an American school teacher, sister to artist Georgia O'Keeffe. He was married to my mom in '36 when he was removed, illegally removed is what it was, with character assassination. He was always married to my mom. They were still alive October the 20th of 1986. A double, married Wallace and became the illegal title of Duke and Duchess of Windsor. There was more than one imposter double, and the Illuminati took down my father because he wouldn't take orders from them. So they got rid of him with character assassination. Then, when I was born, they kidnapped me. Since I've been 1941, I was born in '39, and my own Uncle George, the illegal, who was put in place when they took my father down, um, went along with the Illuminati and took orders from them. And Elizabeth now, who's illegal also, fake monarchy, um, is way up as a member of the Illuminati in your global government. So she doesn't represent, she's not supposed to represent anybody, certainly not the British. She's not the monarch. I wanted to go back when I did the book, and I usually put up a page out of Hustler magazine because Larry Flint was killed, shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, on March the 6th of '78, and I was doing the book about mind control murders. And MD License Kill was the name of it. I was living at Moonraker Apartments in Marietta. He was shot in Lawrenceville nearby by a program shooter. I'm not going to go into all that again, but I was almost killed April Fool Day of '80. And then I had a letter in 1979, June the 23rd, which is my father's birthday. Of course, this is in '79. Ongoing investigation, national security involved. But what I wanted to put up here is role playing has been involved in all this, and it's like crypt. You have to have this like a dictionary so you can decode it. Most of it would be automatically if you knew it. But anyway, or somebody else see the same thing and they wouldn't get it. Anyway, I wanted to just mention this part. I had called back to the FBI. I'd been in their offices a lot downtown Atlanta, and I'd been at a picnic. And I tell you when the picnic was. It was in the summer of 1979 after I got the letter. It was at Piedmont Park, and I went to the picnic, and it was FBI member agents there. They had about 4 picnic tables at least set up, and so anyway, I'm going to leave it there. But I went back later. I was almost killed April Fool Day of '80, so I went back later in, I guess it was late '82, and I was back in Atlanta under bad circumstances. Um, and I called who I thought was Michael Kean, special agent. I understand now that wasn't Michael Kean. It gets really weird because, I mean, he was an agent, but he's not the Michael Kean special agent I thought he was. Anyway, I'm not going to elaborate on that because he was tall and he was blonde, had curly hair. So now I'm going to jump to when I'm back. This is going back to '82, the winter of '82, like about December, I guess. I called and I asked for Michael Kean because he's the one I usually spoke with. And he told me, well, he was busy, but if I could get down there in about 20 minutes, he would talk to me. I wanted to know why I got the letter. I didn't know about my real name at the time. I found that out in late '83 about my kidnapping and my father. And my real name is Victoria II, the day I was born. And Margaret Ann Windsor is my real name, and I was kidnapped in '41 and brought to Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of a dead twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married at Childers, but she was killed a week or 2 weeks before they kidnapped me and put me there. And Carl, the other twin, um, was killed by the mother in, I guess, about January of 38, because they would be a year older than me. It's my understanding. And nobody, there was no autopsy or anything. He was just buried. No doctor saw him, and it was shut up. And so then they put me there later in the summer. It was in the summer, because I remember the picture when they placed me in her arms. These two men did in Atlanta. The mother of the twins had killed them. The family covered it up. Placed me in her arms, and I didn't have a sleeve on or anything. And it was obviously, I can remember that it was spring. Would have been spring. So anyway, what I wanted to put up here was just a thing of role playing. Remember, I hadn't found out. I thought this was because of the book I'd written and about the doctors and about wiretapping. So I called, and well, then a lot had happened to me. I'd almost been killed. Um, it was ongoing, just like the letter I got from them. Ongoing investigation, national security involved. Only ongoing meant they were stacking them, and they said that they were stacking them. The laws, they just said they were stacking them. Okay, and later I certainly knew what they meant. They were stacking the crimes that were going to be committed against me. People didn't have to do it. They enjoyed it. But anyway, I called them in 82, because that, it was probably early November. I'm not real sure, but I was back in Atlanta. Yeah, that's a whole story in itself, horror. I called him, and he said, well, he was busy, but if I'd come down there, he'd talk to me. So I came down, and I waited at FBI headquarters there, the office there. And at the time, it was downtown on Peachtree Street. And I waited and waited, and finally they had me sitting in a chair. And this, not that he's short, he wasn't that short. And my father, by the way, was not real tall. I think my dad, Edward the 8th, was about 5'8" or 5'7", 5'8". So my father wasn't real tall. But the man that I call Michael Ken was at the picnic, and I realize now I had been down there before I ever got the letter. I just did not remember it. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that part of it. Again, anyway, this agent finally came out after I'd sat there for a long time and in the chair and waiting. He came out, and the other guy came out, and oh God, I'm going to forget his name. I knew him because I talked to him a lot. What was his? Oh God. Well, anyway, I've forgotten his name right at the moment. But anyway, I can't remember first which one came out first. I think I can't remember his name. It's like on Wheel of Fortune, the guy that's the host there. It's almost his last name. I remember that part. But anyway, he come out, and he was like, kind of his voice loud and everything, and walking from one side to the other like he's yelling at me. I think, what's going on? I've just come down here. Have I not seen enough pain? He's yelling, and we don't have time to talk to you yet. They just told me they had. So now in comes Michael Ken, only he's short now. He's not 6'1" or 2. He's suddenly down here. So he's talking to me, but listen to what he says. Okay, the two of them did this role playing around my chair, almost like the chair I'm sitting in here, okay? They're role playing, and I'm sitting in the middle of FBI, where you come in the door and the information desk and all this. So they both are kind of yelling at me in loud voices and everything. And the one that then played Michael Ken, the shorter one, I don't want to insult him, and short people have rights too, right? That's a song that was popular then. But he said, don't you know we don't have time? We only have time for heads of state. Well, head of state is me, of the monarch. And when they got through role playing and walking around me and talking and angry voices and how they didn't have time to talk to me, they'd spent at least 20 minutes. Do you get the point there? Um, so now then, here it is, and this is 2018, and it's been hell, and you've got this woman up there, Stormy. I call her Stormy. Weather is kind of a joke because of Stormy Weather off of Barbara Jean off of Reba, which is one of my favorite programs. This woman's up there, and well, she's becoming a part of the show, isn't she? Wonder if this will all be told what really happened to me, my family, the horror story that it's the reason they don't want it told. It's so ugly.